If it starts talking, you're in trouble.
We have a dream that we will live to see all gay and lesbian marriages recognized in all 50 states and treated exactly the same as straight marriage.
I am glad to be part of this circle of your 25th anniversary, and I want to be here very much for your 50th.
One morning my dad called, it was a Sunday morning, and he said, "I'm making some pancakes." And I said, "Okay, I'll be right over." And my mother greeted me at the front door, and she was holding this, and she said, "I have just read the most beautiful love story." And she started reading it out loud. And then I read it too again, and I agreed. And so I wrote the letter, and my mom took it to Lenny when she was doing taxes.
How young is your mother?
My mother is 72.
She came up to me and she said, "I have something to give you," and it had a box with a DVD and this letter around it. And I didn't even look at it because I was doing taxes for someone. I said, "Thank you," and she left, and I took it home, and then I opened it up and I read this letter, and I said, "Pearl, you have to read this letter." So she...
Yes.
So she read the letter, and she said, "Wow," we were so impressed with the letter that she was willing to meet with you, which Pearl normally wouldn't be. But when she read this letter, she knew it was significant.
Oh, in fact, what she said today.
Over hours of conversation, I learned their life stories. Pearl and Lenny grew up in Brooklyn in Jewish families with a shared appreciation of education, the fine arts, and museums, but their paths never crossed in New York. Each one studied at Boston University's Sargent College, but they were there 11 years apart. It was only later, when Pearl was well established as a professor and scholar in physical education, and Lenny was finishing up her doctorate in the field, that they got to know one another better during a job interview, and soon became much more than colleagues.
And so I took her on and I said, "Well, we'll start. Maybe we've got a position and we'll hire her." But by the time she had agreed to come and I had seen her again and again and again, I realized that it just wasn't, she wasn't going to be just someone else. And I'm glad I followed up. I don't know that she would have.
I know I would not have. I would never have. Well, first of all, she was going to be my boss, and I was just fresh with my PhD in hand at a new job. I just wouldn't have, and she had a partner. I mean, I wouldn't have dreamed of going after somebody with a partner. You know, you just don't do that. If it happens, it happens, but I mean, I just would not have done that. So it was Pearl who had to make all the moves. I mean, the queen is the one who has to woo the suitors, right? And
Oh, thank you. I become a queen. This is a great moment in my life. I'm the queen. Well, that's the way it was.
That is the way it was. When Pearl was asked to take a position at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro in 1971, the couple assumed there would be a position for Lenny, too. Instead, they were told that Lenny would never be hired at UNCG because Pearl and Lenny were too open about their relationship.
What did I think? When we crossed the state line, moved into the rest stop, I looked at Lenny and said, "What are we doing here? What have we done? We are in North Carolina. We have lost our minds." And then I said, "Well, I was only invited here to help start the doctoral program. So I knew it would be over. I had a 3-year, I was invited on, and I said, we can always go back. You know, there's never a problem with that." And when they wouldn't hire her, I just have to say, I think that is the best thing in the world, both professionally and personally, that ever happened to Ellen Gerber, because that was when the light went on and she decided to go to law school. If they had hired her, she would have never become a lawyer. And her life and her career and what she has done for people, for the community, and for the legal profession is outstanding. It would have never happened had they hired her here.
Well, these are two people who need wills and healthcare powers. They've turned to lesbians, and they live in Winston, and they have contacted me and asked me to do their stuff, and I've had the interview with them already. So I have put the data in, and I have run the merge the files, because I have all that set up to do a file merge, and I've merged the files, and I just have to finish up on their wills and send them emails with drafts of the documents attached. So that's what I'm working on for clients. And of course, I've been doing a lot of Amendment 1 work. And here's another set of clients waiting to be done. I haven't even put their stuff in a folder yet, so I haven't even added the data. And I always keep my camera where I can reach it. I take pictures of the birds. I was showing Mary the picture of the rose-breasted grosbeak that I took a picture of. Look at that. Look at this gorgeous rose-breasted grosbeak. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that bird. And I took that just sitting here.
I got the best place in the room, I think. And Lenny's good in the corner with her mess. That works out well for both of us. Come on! I wish a good bird would come now.
Pearl has always been a very modest person. So for her to agree to be on something like that billboard is a very big step. But the person who was recruiting the couples and everything is one of our very close friends, and so, you know, she agreed to do it. And I think the publicity for all of these things is much harder on Pearl because she is so modest. She's the kind of person who, you know, would chair a committee but never have her name first as chair. It would just be in the list with everything.
Well, Lenny, it isn't modesty as such.
What is it, dear?
I can't stand, look at me sitting here, to be in the limelight.
Well,
I have never wanted it, sought it, needed it, and look at us sitting here with these people, these nice people.
do I need more?
Shall we go out tonight?
Yes, as soon as I get some shoes on now. These are the ones I'm supposed to wear.
Oh,
These are the ones I'd rather wear.
I think you wear those. Lenny, don't wear those things. They're awful.
Why do you think
They don't look like her. They don't look like her, the others do.
This is good. I'm good.
And beside, they're going to hurt.
No, yeah, they'll hurt, but that's all right. They're good.
So
we
you're
are
good?
set.
You're ready?
We're good. We're ready. Are we ready? Wait.
Lenny and Pearl have been political activists for decades. Pearl has been active in the labor movement, a champion of campaign finance reform, and she has worked on many, many campaigns in significant roles. Lenny has given speeches around the country about Title IX, argued 5 cases before the North Carolina Supreme Court, and handled legal matters for hundreds of LGBT clients.
Switch the light off.
Wait up for me. Wait up for me.
Look at that. We knew nothing about this sign because we never drive this way. The one on Battleground, we go there, so people told us and we went on, no problem. But this, we would have never known about this one. I can't believe it. We're there. It's us.
And have you met Mary?
I don't have
This is my niece Ronnie. She was waiting at the door to push out and escort us in. This is my daughter. See, I told her the story.
Yes, yes.
But I followed your mother's advice. Your mother informed me that I had to wear light tan shoes. We know more people than we think we know, don't we? You sure you don't want a scotch?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I'm good, thank you. I hope you are. Hanging in there, absolutely. We're going to beat this amendment.
Okay, so now it's our most prestigious presentation, the GGF Visionary Award. I'm very honored to present this award, and most of you know that I don't normally get teary-eyed, so if I get teary-eyed, please forgive me, but this is an amazing story that you're going to hear about an amazing couple. This award goes to Lenny Gerber and Pearl Berlin.
In thinking of what we would speak about, I kept saying, what is a visionary? Are we visionaries? And I can only think of one great visionary in my lifetime, and that was Martin Luther King Jr. And so we borrowed his I Have a Dream speech a little bit, and we want to talk about how we have a dream.
We have a dream that equality for all becomes a practice, not a spoken word or presented in a written phrase.
Amen.
That Amendment 1 will be defeated, with even some Republicans voting against.
We have a dream that we will live to see all gay and lesbian marriages recognized in all 50 states and treated exactly the same as straight marriage. We have a dream that we watch the Panthers win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl led by a gay quarterback.
We've just lived our lives and
48, was it? 45?
46 next June.
Excellent.
June will be 46.
46. We're 28.
That's a wonderful
Hang in
number.
there,
We
guys.
started a little late, so.
Well, that's all right.
That's great. That's good.
No problem.
Well, may you get to 45. And you
I
will.
hope so.
You
Hope
will.
so too. Thank you.
Live well. Be well.
You too. Thanks, stick that leg out there. Go careful and
What's she doing?
see you drink.
Oh, she's doing the whole thing. Okay. You were very nice, lady. Stop for us. Very nice. We've had very enriching travel experiences.
Well, I've always thought you either get closer or you split. Travel is stressful.
And it worked for us. It worked very well. And I think that has a lot to do with our bonding.
I think Lenny and Pearl have things pretty well figured out, and not just about the value of a great travel partner.
I think when two people share their lives, it's kind of a togetherness. And togetherness, to me, is the overlap of the circles. And togetherness can be very, very close. It can be further apart. It can be just touching. But you have your individuality.
That was out on the front near the mailbox. We loved each other passionately from when we first started till today. And we're still saying 6 times a day, I love you. I mean, we still wake up in the morning and say, I love you, and kiss each other and schmooze for a second or two or whatever. That's real love. When after 46 years, you're not just living together. You're really happy to have each other and think what a blessing this is, or what a wonderful life you have.
Lenny and I are both dependent and independent upon one another at one and the same time. And that is why we have been able to enjoy our lives together for 46 years. And you gotta have both. You really do.
We both do respect each other. And in part that's because I've never thought I was Pearl's equal. But, I mean, I was somebody in my own right. I always knew that I was somebody, you know. I was successful. And she was successful. So we were independent beings. I always thought that had I met Pearl 10 years earlier, we never would have gotten together. I would never have been ready for her. And I needed to have more experiences before I was ready for somebody as substantial as Pearl.
Good morning. Do you know about Amendment 1? Yes. And I hope you'll vote against it. Do people know about Amendment 1?
We do.
Well, I hope you're going to vote against it. Do you know about Amendment 1?
Yes.
I hope you'll vote against it. It goes way too far. Hi there. You know about Amendment 1?
I do.
And you're going to vote against it?
I am. I'm Mary's neighbor.
Oh, good. Well, then I believe that you understand about it.
I do understand
Good.
it, and
Good.
you can count on my vote.
Do you know about Amendment 1? And I hope you vote against it.
No, I'll vote for it.
But it goes way too far. Someone came up to me while I was standing there. She had seen Pearl come in, and she said, I recognize you, and you are our icons, and my partner and I, et cetera, et cetera. And
How many? I'm going to vote for Amendment 1.
Oh, vote against
I
it
believe in
because-
marriage. That is the basis of our society.
Well, but it goes way beyond marriage.
I would say to her,
Marriage is the basis of society, but therefore we're going to deny it to a segment of society. That never fails to surprise me that people can't see how wrong that is. If it's so important, then why shouldn't everybody have it available?
On a constitutional amendment to doubly, triply, quadruply ban gay marriage in the state of North Carolina, even though it is already banned there. Much of the campaign against the anti-gay amendment in North Carolina has focused on the fact that its language would not just ban marriage rights for same-sex couples, it would ban all legal rights for all unmarried couples in the state, straight and gay. 33 votes, 32 of which have gone against gay rights. Tonight, that very consistent streak of what happens when you ask for a majority vote on minority rights appears headed that direction in North Carolina. The last major race in tonight's election.
Rights should not be subjected to a vote. Period. Stop. It's the most idiotic idea anyone ever had. To say, well, we'll just see what the people think. I'm going to take this in case it's those people.
That's the...
Yep, New York.
Oh, sit on the couch.
Hello? Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm doing fine, and I'm delighted to hear from you because MSNBC is our favorite television station.
That's the call.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I said call at 5 o'clock.
Our day is going fine because we have these people here doing video of our life, a documentary thing. So yeah. It's in the middle of the state next to Greensboro. If you know.
The testimony that I love her is the fact that I'm willing to go through all this.
That would be very cool.
Joining me now are Lenny Gerber and Pearl Berlin, along with Zach Walls, a gay rights advocate who has two mothers and has authored the new book, My Two Moms. Lenny, tell us how you felt last night when the vote came in North Carolina to deny you your rights.
Losing the battle last night, you know, you're reminded of how many people are still prejudiced. On the other hand, when we see the progress that has happened, and it's happening so rapidly, you know, it seems like each month something else good is happening in terms of the gay community, and people more and more are coming out, you know, like the two of us. I mean, I'm 76 years old, Pearl is 87. We have, you know, lived our whole life quietly, but here we are out there in the open, the lesbian icons of the decade or something, or the year. And so, you know, this is, everybody knows a lesbian or a gay person now, and that is helping move this along so rapidly that I am less concerned than I would have been, you know, 5 years ago or 4 years ago or even 1 year ago.
Hello, hello. Here come the orders.
Hi, Lenny.
Hi, Jill. Hey. There's never been one time that I can think of in these 46 years that we ever seriously or even non-seriously talked of or considered separating. Not one moment in all these years. That isn't to say we haven't had our fights. I mean, I don't see how two people could live together and not have fights, you know. But our fights are always about trivial things. I don't know of any obstacles to this relationship. We have just lived and loved, and the core of our love, the core of our values, the core of our beings is whole.
Oh, I forgot the bread. Where's the butter? It's at the table.
The butter must have gone to the table. I don't see it.
I have the butter.
Why does this story appeal to me as a straight woman? Lenny and Pearl have enduring passion and respect, common interests and shared values, adventure and fun, lots of fun. They have a mind, body, and soul connection. They have what I'm looking for, and I think many people are looking for: a best friend with lots and lots of benefits, a relationship that is both independent and interdependent, and the opportunity to live in the overlap with the love of your life.
Congratulating you. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. 25 more. Oh, absolutely. Here we are.
6 more.
Sometimes I don't know where to go. Sometimes I don't know what to do. But as long as you're beside me,